You deserve a holiday season that feels less like a checklist and more like a slow, cinematic moment, the kind that lingers softly in your memory long after the lights fade. Imagine this: the golden glow of morning sunlight brushing against windows lightly frosted with winter chill, the faint hum of classic carols drifting through the air, and you calm, unhurried, surrounded by warmth and elegance. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Ganother Christmas decor video, but this one is different. What you're about to see isn't just design inspiration. It's a feeling. It's a world of effortless sophistication, where every candle flicker and every velvet ribbon carries intention and quiet beauty. This is the Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025, a world where cozy charm meets timeless luxury. It's not about trends or what's new on social media, it's about what feels right, enduring, and deeply personal. This season, we're going beyond ornaments and garlands. We're curating emotion. We're creating an atmosphere so comforting that you can almost hear the soft crackle of a fireplace and taste the first sip of cocoa as snow falls gently outside. By the end of this journey, y'all know exactly how to transform your own space into that serene sanctuary where elegance lives not in extravagance, but in simplicity. So before we dive into this world of cinematic calm and refined holiday warmth, take a moment to subscribe, leave a like, and tell me in the comments what makes Christmas perfect for you. Because starting right now, we're building your most beautiful, heartfelt holiday yet. At the heart of the Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025 lies a delicate balancia harmony between grandeur and comfort that feels both sophisticated and deeply lived in. This aesthetic isn't loud or glittering. It whispers. It moves slowly, inviting you to lean in and feel. To achieve this timeless, cozy, chic, and elegant holiday style, we begin with warmth, true, layered, visual warmth. Forget harsh whites and artificial reds. Instead, think of soft ivory tones melting into muted moss greens, antique golds, and gentle browns that echo aged wood and candlelight. Texture becomes your secret weapon. Every surface should tell a story. Imagine heavy knit throws casually draped across linen sofas, velvet ribbons trailing from wreaths hung with care, and polished wood furniture that carries the quiet patina of memory. Then the light weighs the light. It should be golden, low, and flattering. Candlelight, whether flickering real flames or warm LED imitations, should mingle effortlessly with amber-toned string lights. This light doesn't just illuminate, it embraces. The result, a home that doesn't just look beautiful but feels alive. Every glance reveals softness. Every corner glows. It's the kind of space that draws you in and makes you want to stay, pour yourself a cup of tea, and breathe deeply. That is the essence of the Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025, an atmosphere crafted not by decoration, but by emotion and intention. In this world of quiet luxury, the Christmas tree stands as the heart of it, all not a display piece, but a living symbol of calm, organic beauty. For your Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025, the tree should feel like it's always belonged. If you can, choose a real tree with that unmistakable scent of pine and forest air. If not, a lifelike faux tree with gentle imperfections will do. The ornaments are where your story unfolds. Vintage glass globes in faded blush, soft sage, or champagne tones, wooden beads strung loosely across branches, perhaps a few handcrafted stars that seem to have been passed down through generations. Skip the glossy tinsel and overly bright hues. Instead, drape ribbons of linen or silk, wide and luxurious, flowing down naturally like soft fabric caught in a breeze. The lighting, again, should be simple, tiny, warm bulbs that disappear into the foliage, creating that subtle twinkle you can almost feel. Place your tree where it can be seen from both inside and out, a quiet invitation to anyone passing by, glowing through a frosty window pane. And at its base, trade plastic skirts for texture. A woven basket, a wool throw, or even a rustic crate. The tree should ground your room in serenity, anchoring it with that unmistakable Nancy Meyers Magi's fortless, heartfelt, and perfectly imperfect. Next, we move to the fireplace soulful centerpiece of any Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025. This is where warmth meets artistry, where every garland and candle tells its own quiet story. Forget rigid symmetry. Instead, aim for relaxed, natural beauty. Begin with lush, full greenery, cedar, pine, maybe a touch of eucalyptus for its modern fragrance. Let it cascade gently, as though it simply grew that way overnight. Tuck in a few vintage touch-edged brass candlesticks, delicate pine cones, and perhaps a single string of pearls or wooden beads winding subtly through the foliage. Keep your stockings classic. Thick wool, soft linen, maybe adorned with one understated stitch or button. Hang them from brass hooks or aged iron nails that look like they've been there forever. When the fire glows beneath, the whole scene becomes a portrait of lived-in beauty. It's not perfect, it's real. You can almost hear the soft rustle of wrapping paper, the laughter in the next room, the quiet hum of something cooking in the kitchen. This is more than decor, it's a living memory in motion. That's the essence of a Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025 comfort wrapped in understated grace. The kitchen in a Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025 is where the heart of the season truly lives. It's not staged or extravagant, it's functional beauty, wrapped in warmth. The holiday spirit here doesn't come from clutter, but from thoughtful touches woven into everyday life. Picture a bowl of bright clementines sitting on a worn wooden counter, their citrus scent mingling with the faint aroma of cinnamon and pine. A small wreath hangs quietly on the pantry door, tied with a velvet ribbon that catches the morning light. On open shelves, simplicity reigns: white ceramics, well-loved cutting boards, and sturdy mugs waiting for hot chocolate. A sprig of evergreen tucked into a ceramic jug says more than any elaborate centerpiece ever could. The rhythm of the room is calm, and steadyware baking cookies or wrapping gifts feels effortless, surrounded by beauty that never competes for attention. This is how luxury truly lives in subtlety, in that quiet sense of belonging that makes you want to linger, barefoot on cool tile floors, while the kettle hums softly in the background. The Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025 kitchen is a living postcard of gentle, timeless joy. The dining table is the soul of togetherness inside a Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025. It's where stories unfold, where laughter mingles with the soft clinking of glasses, and where elegance meets ease in the most natural way. This space doesn't shout celebration, it sighs it, softly and beautifully. Begin with texture: a linen tablecloth or simple runner in tones of ivory, oatmeal, or pale gray. Layer on mismatched vintage china, the kind that looks like it's been borrowed from different eras but still belongs together. Place each piece with quiet intention: heavy silverware, delicate glassware, perhaps one small imperfection that makes the setting human. Forget the overly formal centerpiece. Instead, let nature take the stage. A few slender brass candle holders, their flames reflecting off small sprigs of pine and scattered pine cones. The light should feel like it's dancing across the table, flickering gently, wrapping every conversation in warmth. Place cards can be handwritten, tied with thin twine or a sprig of rosemary. The idea is intimacy, making each guest feel seen. This isn't just a dining setup, it's a memory waiting to happen. A table that feels ready for laughter, for quiet moments after dessert, for the kind of evenings you wish would never end. That's the true heart of the Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025: grace that lives in the details and beauty that feels lived in. Authenticity is the crown jewel of the Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025. It's what separates a house that looks styled from one that feels loved. To bring this authenticity to life, you need pieces that tell a story, objects that seem to have traveled through time. Imagine a vintage sled leaning against the front door, its worn wood glowing softly in the winter light. A stack of old, beautifully bound books tied with velvet ribbon, perhaps resting on a console table beside a flickering candle. Even the smallest touches matter. Use an aged silver bowl filled with ornaments in muted hues, or an antique wooden crate repurposed to hold firewood. The point isn't perfection, it's personality. Every imperfection adds charm, each aged surface a whisper from the past. This is the difference between decoration and depth. Avoid the temptation of shiny, mass-produced decor. Instead, seek out the items that feel collected, not purchased. The pieces that make guests pause, smile, and say, "This feels like home." Because that's what a Nancy Meyers Vintage Christmas Home 2025 truly is: a tapestry of stories woven through time, softly illuminated by candlelight, perfectly imperfect in every way. Before anyone steps through the door, the tone of your Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025 is already set by its exterior. It's the first chapter of your story, the promise of what waits inside. Think of the entryway as a warm embrace before the warmth even begins. Keep the look simple, intentional, and full of charm. Start with the lighting. 2 lanterns flanking the front door, glowing softly against the night. No flashing bulbs or animated displays, just that gentle, amber invitation that says, "Welcome home." The greenery here carries the same quiet luxury as the interior. A thick, natural garland draped loosely around the doorframe, full of cedar, pine, and perhaps a hint of eucalyptus. 2 matching planters or baskets filled with small evergreens or rustic logs complete the picture. The wreath should be generous, yet understate a mix of natural foliage tied with a cream-colored ribbon that feels soft and timeless. Even the smallest details matter: a woven doormat, neatly stacked wood, or a simple brass bell hanging by the door. When the evening air is cool and the windows glow from within, your home will radiate that signature Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025 magic. Refined, welcoming, and effortlessly elegant. True hospitality is a form of art, and in the Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025, every guest space reflects it. The goal isn't grandeur, it's grace. Imagine walking into a guest bedroom where every detail whispers comfort. A soft throw blanket folded neatly at the foot of the bed, the faint scent of pine in the air, perhaps a small holiday book resting on the nightstand. The beauty lies in restraint. Just 1 or 2 gentle seasonal touches transform the room from ordinary to unforgettable. In the bathroom, continue this philosophy. Replace your usual soaps with subtle holiday sensidar, winter spice, or orange clove. Stack extra fluffy white towels, tied with twine or ribbon, to make guests feel thought of before they even ask. Add a single candle, flickering near the mirror, creating warmth against the chill of winter mornings. Every space should feel intentionally welcoming, never overwhelming. The atmosphere carries a softness that says, "You're a home, even if just for tonight." That's the magic of the Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025: luxury that feels personal, beauty that feels lived in, and comfort that feels endless. To truly live inside the Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025, you must awaken all 5 senses. The visual beauty sets the stage, but it's the layered sensory experience that brings the dream to life. Start with scent, the invisible thread that ties memory to emotion. Let it be real: fresh pine from garlands, simmering spices on the stove, maybe a candle that smells faintly of cedar and vanilla. Each breath should feel like the season itself. Sound is next. Keep it subtle and nostalgic: soft piano renditions of holiday classics, a gentle jazz rhythm, or even the quiet crackle of a fire. Nothing loud or hurried, just enough to fill the space with calm. The tactile experience is where comfort thrives: linen napkins, velvet pillows, knit blankets that invite touch. And then there's light, always golden, always layered. The kind that flatters every shadow and wraps the room in cinematic calm. Together, these details transform your home into something more than decorate. It becomes felt. It becomes memory, atmosphere, and presence all at once. That is the ultimate secret of the Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025, a home that speaks to every sense in perfect harmony. And now, we arrive at the heart of it all: the quiet conclusion of your journey through the Nancy Meyers vintage Christmas home 2025. What makes this aesthetic so timeless isn't just its beauty, it's its soul. This isn't about chasing perfection. It's about embracing what feels authentic, intentional, and deeply human. The warm light, the layered textures, the natural greenery, and the carefully chosen vintage accents, they all serve a single purpose: to create peace. This style celebrates editing as much as it celebrates adding. It asks you to pause, to choose meaning over abundance, to light a single candle instead of a dozen, and to let quiet become its own form of luxury. By curating with care, you build not just a beautiful holiday home, but a sanctuarium that feels both cinematic and completely lived in. So as you gather your ornaments, light your candles, and prepare to welcome the season, remember this: elegance is not about excess. It's about feeling. It's about creating moments that breathe, spaces that hold warmth long after the lights dim. Your elegant holiday awaits, and now, you have every secret you need to make it unforgettable.